could reject that it's a bad choice. Is it a tough choice? Absolutely. You know, as a mother, you want to be with your child 24/7. You have that maternal instinct.
27.
Yeah. Not all the time. Well, right now, yes, because he's 7 months and just squishy and lovable.
Whoopi Goldberg has fled the country amidst an $800 million defamation lawsuit, leaving fans and critics in shock. Why would a Hollywood icon vanish so suddenly, right when the heat is on? Subscribe now to get the inside scoop on this drama and stay ahead of the game in celebrity showdowns, because we bring you the real stories the media won't tell.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help.
I mean, I gotta ask you, because they said it, are you aware of any plots from Elon Musk to push President Trump down the stairs?
Absolutely not. Let me be unequivocally clear about that. And watching this clip, I couldn't help but think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists.
It all started on a seemingly ordinary day at The View, a typical mix of coffee, conversation, and political commentary. But for Karoline Leavitt, a rising conservative star, it was far from routine. She walked onto that set with a calm, steely determination, aware that she was stepping into a lion's den. The producers may have expected a lively debate, but what they got was a masterclass in controlled composure. The hosts didn't waste any time. First up was Joy Behar, who couldn't resist taking a jab at Karoline's age. How can someone just out of college have opinions on national policy? She scoffed, as though Leavitt's generation hadn't already reshaped political discourse on social media platforms. The audience chuckled, but the tone was set.
It was a joy to watch them on November the 6th when they realized that tens of millions of Americans do not listen to the lies that they have spewed. These women are completely out of touch with reality. And you're right, ABC should wake up. They just paid $15 million to President Trump's future library. That's a great thing for the American people.
Sunny Hostin, never one to hold back, folded her arms and fired the next shot. "You've been handed this position because of your white privilege," she stated coldly, putting the pressure on Karoline's legitimacy as a political figure. The insinuation was clear. She was a token, nothing more. But the final blow came from Whoopi Goldberg. With a smirk and a signature eye roll, she dropped the line that would echo across the internet for days. "You're not here because you earned it. You're here because pity politics needs a pretty face." Fans couldn't believe their eyes. The View had just crossed a line, and viewers took to social media in a frenzy. "Whoopi just went there," one comment read. "This is about to get messy." But Karoline didn't engage in the expected verbal sparring. She kept her cool and instead quietly made a call. The battle was just beginning. The $800 million lawsuit Karoline Leavitt filed against The View, its top hosts, and ABC is more than just headline bait. It's a meticulously constructed legal grenade. Filed in federal court, the 100-page defamation suit lays out a scathing timeline of events, alleging that the segment was designed from the start to discredit, demean, and politically damage her. Karoline's legal team argues that this wasn't an unscripted debate. It was a premeditated ambush. Her lead attorney, Thomas Garland, stated, "This wasn't commentary. It was a character assassination cloaked in journalism. Our client was lured under false pretenses, then deliberately humiliated on national television." The lawsuit includes internal communications suggesting deliberate planning of the attack. The documents show ABC producers mapping out how each host would play their part in cornering Leavitt. "This isn't media malpractice. This is media warfare," Garland added. Karoline broke her silence in a press release, stating, "This isn't about me. It's about standing up to a media culture that thinks it can destroy people without consequence. I will not be intimidated." The suit seeks $800 million in damages, not just for reputational harm, but for what Leavitt's team calls an industry-wide warning shot to hold media outlets accountable for partisan hit jobs disguised as interviews. At first, Whoopi tried to play it cool. On air, she laughed. called the lawsuit Noise, said, "Let's not waste breath on political theatre." But behind the scenes, whole different vibe. Multiple insiders told Deadline Confidential that Whoopi started showing up late to tapings. She was dodging segment briefings, ignoring teleprompters. Tension on set? Unbearable. One production assistant leaked this to TV Insider. She snapped at a junior producer over a coffee order. She never used to care about stuff like that. You could tell she was rattled. Then came the summons. Not an email, not a heads up. A full-on court-ordered subpoena delivered right to ABC's Manhattan headquarters. ABC's PR tried to spin it like protocol, but sources say Whoopi's jaw dropped. Because this wasn't standard timeline, it was expedited. Karoline's legal team filed a motion for rapid discovery. The court agreed, citing public interest and time-sensitive reputational damage. Basically, the case was on a bullet train now, and Whoopi was riding shotgun. One TikToker said, "This isn't just see you in court, this is we'll see you tomorrow in court, under oath." ABC scrambled. Legal teams tried to negotiate. But Karoline's reps made it crystal clear. This case is moving forward. No deals, no delays. Whoopi Goldberg's sudden disappearance wasn't just a vacation. It was an escape wrapped in silence. According to flight records and paparazzi snaps, she boarded a private jet out of Teterboro Airport just 48 hours after being served court documents. Destination: Madrid, Spain. Why Madrid? Insiders say she has a longtime friend who owns a private estate outside the city, far from TMZ cameras and courtrooms. A former publicist revealed, Spain offers her discretion, distance, and a delay tactic. It's not extradition yet, but it buys time. And she didn't travel alone. Sources say her longtime manager and a legal advisor were seen boarding the flight with her. No entourage, no press team, just strategy. The public excuse? A vague, personal hiatus. But even ABC's tone sounded forced, sterile, robotic, nothing like Whoopi's usual exit flair. She didn't post on Instagram. She didn't film a goodbye segment. She just vanished. The move sent shockwaves through the media. One legal analyst told Justice Weekly, "When a high-profile defendant flees after a court accelerates discovery, it doesn't scream confidence. It screams fear." Meanwhile, ABC has gone into lockdown mode, tightening NDAs, reviewing old show footage, and even scrubbing internal files, according to staff. ABC issued a sterile statement. Whoopi Goldberg is taking a brief personal hiatus from but social media wasn't buying it. One said, "This ain't a hiatus. This is a run for cover. Karoline Leavitt's case must be airtight." Another commented, "Yo, Whoopi dipped like someone yelled indictment incoming." One junior staffer anonymously told BuzzWire, "Producers are deleting old segment notes. HR is scrubbing internal comms. It's like watching a network melt in real time." And fans, they're choosing sides. Fast. One fan said, "Karoline is doing what so many women wish they could. Stand up to bullies on national TV." While on the other hand, one commented, "This lawsuit is political theatre. Karoline's trying to silence strong black voices." TikTok lives. Twitter spaces. Reddit threads. Everyone's talking. And while fans argue over the optics, one thing is clear. Whoopi didn't leave the country for peace. She left because the storm is closing in fast, and she might not want to be in the building when it hits. Karoline Leavitt isn't letting up. With media appearances across Hannity, Newsmax, and Daily Wire Live, she's become the face of what some are calling a media accountability movement. In a powerful sit-down with Daily Wire, Karoline declared, "This isn't just about me. It's about every woman who's been ambushed on camera and told to take it with grace." That era is over. Her legal team recently dropped a supplemental 40-page filing, reportedly filled with time-stamped production notes, directive emails, and internal Slack logs, proving the segment was a premeditated narrative attack. One internal ABC message chillingly read, "Keep her talking, more rope, better headlines." Meanwhile, ABC is in deep water. Sources claim the network is considering a full external audit of The View's editorial standards and booking practices. A veteran legal advisor close to the situation said, "This isn't damage control, it's survival mode." Joy Behar is allegedly weighing whether to retire early. A friend of the host leaked, "Joy doesn't want to go down with the ship. She's not sure it's worth it anymore." And Whoopi, still silent, still abroad. Her latest Instagram post? A beach photo in Portugal with a single caption, "Detox from drama." But back in the States, the aftershocks are only getting stronger. So here's the real question. Has Whoopi gone silent to regroup? Or is she watching The View unravel from a safe distance? Is Karoline's $800 million power move the shake-up daytime TV needed? Or a warning shot that's got everyone scrambling? And what about ABC? Can they survive the storm? Or is this lawsuit the match that lights a media firestorm we'll be talking about for years? We want to hear from you. Is this justice, chaos, or just plain entertainment? Sound off in the comments. Don't hold back. And if you're living for this kind of unfiltered drama, then you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button for the hottest celeb takedowns, political firestorms, and the real behind-the-scenes tea they don't show you on cable news. Stay tuned, stay woke, and stay messy.